Today on the American Truck Podcast, Frog Faction 2 is coming soon, Double Dragon 4 was teased, Pokemon Stars is no more, Nintedogs gets a sequel, and Jim joins us from a basement. Hello and welcome to the American Truck Podcast with Anderson.
And Jefferson B. Wait, we're started, right?
Oh yeah, we are definitely started.
Oh man. So who else is with us?
You're not ready? Is the good doctor not ready either? Oh no, no one's ready.
Oh no.
I was thrown off by. I was about to introduce myself and I got cut off.
Oh, well, that's never happened before.
It happens all the time. What are we talking about?
That's right. So who are you?
I'm just a guy.
Oh, okay. Oh,
It's that guy we found on the street. You remember him, right?
Oh, Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
Ah, yes, of course. How could we forget Jim? Jim's the best.
I'm a professional hoboer.
Jim, it's great to have you back on the podcast. We know you have taken a great risk to come away from your tent under the bridge, but we appreciate you coming back on the podcast.
Let's get this straight. I'm not a bridge hobo. I'm one of those traveling train hobos. I blast those. Yes, of course. Those bridge hobos.
No, man, I'm detecting a slight amount of animosity here, Jim.
I am detecting quite a bit of animosity here as well towards the bridge-dwelling homeless people.
But of course, this is not a homeless podcast, which is a thing, I suppose. But no, this is in fact a gaming podcast.
It's a gaming podcast, indeed.
Oh man. Okay, so because it's a gaming podcast, we have to do some news. That's typically tit for tat on these gaming podcasts. First thing up here, we have Resident Evil 7's demo. The first patch for the PC has been released.
I've been waiting months for this.
Oh my goodness. Resident Evil, the amazing evil apartment dweller saga, really has kept going here, and now we have incredible voice acting, such as Jim. Jim, you actually make a guest appearance in Resident Evil 7, am I right?
No, I don't.
I think you're thinking of Jim Bob.
Oh, there it is, Jim. I always get my homeless guys mixed up. Sorry, Jim. No offense to you. Just you guys tend to look the same.
I feel like that's racism towards There's a hobos.
Isn't that homelessism?
Probably houseism.
Houseism, yeah. I think it's racist against people who own houses.
Yes.
That's a entirely different thing than pitting two homeless people against each other.
That's true.
That's Jimmy James.
There it is. It is. That's the other guy that we're looking for. But yeah, so Resident Evil 7's demo, the first PC patch for that did get released, so pick that up. Second off, we have Frog Factions 2 revealed after 2 years of ARG. And of course, we know this is from our lovely friends at the Pirate Development Studio system.
That's absolutely correct.
They spend years at sea. And so it's wonderful to finally see them coming out from their great voyage, the pillaging and plundering and all that jazz.
That's right, because you can never have too much pillaging.
Oh, of course not. This be a terrible fate for them. But we be super happy about the Frog Factions 2 coming out and debuting themselves and showing their faces. Those scally loud lubbers there.
That's right. I've always wanted to play a good faction game with frogs.
Ah, yes, of course. Let me think. Jim, you actually have taken part in the development of this here game, aren't you?
No, I'm a hobo. Why would I be developing games if I'm a hobo?
Well, I mean,
you obviously haven't met a game developer.
Yeah, I mean, the game developers generally don't have a lot of money, so they kind of live under everything because they don't make a lot of money. Are we confusing our hobos again?
I think we may be confusing our hobos a bit here. Although, the portable office thing is definitely a growing trend amongst individuals these days.
Absolutely. You run into the portable officers everywhere at the Starbucks, the Dunkin', the Home Depot even. I've seen some.
I think you're confusing portable office people. Hold on, I think you're confusing portable office people with portable officers. That is to say, the subdivision of the police department that is designed to keep individuals safe.
No, like I've seen people who set up at the the little the desks that are for sale. I actually saw someone at IKEA set up a laptop on a what's an IKEAN word for a desk?
A Discaflargen.
Ah, yes, of course, the Discaflargen.
Yes.
Connected to that with the lot, which I believe is a light.
Oh yes, the Luget.
And you got the Luget and the Looptupa.
Oh yes, the famous IKEA Looptupa.
Which is very high class, and of course you also have the Apple Tople Destuplella.
Yes, the Apple Tople. The Apple Discatope.
Yep.
Yes, the Discatope.
Yep. I see those used all the time at the mobile IKEA office.
Oh yes, we must not forget our friends from across the pond who bring us the fancy furniture and the meatballs.
Exactly. You can't forget that. If you forgot that, that'd be a terrible thing.
Now, Jim, I believe this might be a bit that's up your next corner. Roots of Insanity. What can you tell us about this game?
Are you implying that since I'm a hobo, I'm crazy?
Well, this does put me in a bit of a pickle here. So are you not a fan of the new horror game that's coming in 2017 with its first gameplay demo out?
I could be.
Okay.
Jim, that switched very quickly there. First you were very much against this, and then suddenly you're like, well, I might be able to be swayed in that position.
Apparently this has turned into a piratey podcast.
Oh, piracy is bad.
Jesus.
No piracy, just pirates.
I mean, aren't all pirates hobos?
No.
I don't think that's how that works.
I am not sure. I'm not sure.
They have a job. It's robbing people.
Yeah, they're more like criminals.
Yeah, that's true.
Criminals.
But they don't really have a home per se. They just have a boat.
The ship is their home.
Very well. I guess I'd call it.
Because then you'd be calling like any person who ships a ship a hobo, and I don't think that's true.
Maybe. Anyway, before I bury myself further into deep water, let's move on to the teaser trailer for Double Dragon 4.
Ooh, is this the sequel to Double Dream Hands?
I believe this is actually the quadruple of Double Dream Hands, the famous dancing maneuver that was aptly created by Mr. Double Dream Hands himself. And let me think, Jim, you yourself are quite the handy dancer, aren't you?
I think he's insulted.
You
know that Jim is the reigning Dance Dance Revolution champion of 2017.
Oh, of course. How could I forget that he is presently the 2017 champion of Dance Dance Revolution?
He literally dragged me off the streets.
That's correct. He is the 2017 champion. Like, he is so good, he's already locked that championship for next year.
They literally chained me in their basement. Please send help.
Jim, you're not in a basement. You're in a penthouse. Like, you actively have housing. Shush.
Does this make Jim no longer a homeless man?
No, it's more like a hotel. He's got temporary housing.
Temporary housing. Very well. But Double Dragon 4, the wonderful successor to Double Dream Hands, and it's a thing.
It is a thing. I can't wait. I can't wait for Double Dragon 4. Like, I am gonna buy this as soon as it comes out.
I mean, in all seriousness, this is actually genuinely major gaming news.
Like, Double Dream Hand Simulator 2014 was amazing, so this is going to be great.
Fair enough. Let's see what else we got in here. For the record, for those of you playing along at home, we are coming off of r/gamer news in the world of
illustrious gaming. Reddit sponsors. They're great over there. They're not paying us at all to say all these things.
No. We want to thank our glorious sponsors today. Reddit, the front page of the internet, home for all things cat gif and eye bleeding. Reddit, found at www.reddit.com. And next piece of news coming at us, shooting out of the convenient mail slot hole that I have placed here in the Ghost Incorporated offices, where mail comes at me at a high velocity and hopefully does not give me a nasty, nasty paper cut. Nintendo has shut down a fan-made Pokemon game just days before its release.
That's a darn shame. This is a darn shame.
This is, of course, the infamous Pokemon Stars to complement Pokemon Sun and Moon, wherein you would have Pokemon that would eventually evolve into a rocket ship. And you would eventually be able to leave Earth and just leave everything all behind, and then suddenly the game crashes, and nobody knows what happens after that.
That's a darn shame. That's a real darn shame. What do you think, Jim?
And then a disembedded hand comes and kills you.
And that's true. This is inspired by the famed creepypasta. But in fact, this game is, well, according to all the reviews that are here, this game is not a joke. One here says, "Oh, please send help. Oh, please send help. They're getting to me." Perhaps we should move on to some cheerier news.
Yes, cheerier news is a good plan.
Yes. Actually, I have some cherry-flavored news here next to me, thanks to our lovely sponsor, Cheerwine. So we definitely want to give a shout-out to Cheerwine for all of their delicious and locally sourced beverage quenchy goodness.
Of course, you can't forget them. Top-notch.
So, indeed. In the world of cherry-flavored news, I have a game here called Escape the Loop Time Freeze, and they just had a teaser trailer that came out. And it looks to be a lovely little title where, in fact, you play as nothing. Like, the whole game is you caught in a time freeze. Jim, of course, you have some experience in the paranormal. Is that correct? In your travels, you've definitely experienced some unique individuals along the way, some of which appear to be just stuck in time.
If I say yes, am I gonna get food?
If you see to your right, you'll see a lovely little Samsung tablet that we've left for you that is perfectly capable of ordering you any manner of food.
But I'm stuck in your basement, chained to a chair.
Do you not see the tablet next to you?
It's literally right next to you. It's not hard to reach. We made sure you could reach it before putting you in there.
I at least attempted to make sure.
Aha! So you do admit that I'm in your basement right now.
No. See, this is actually an upside-down house, and you are in a penthouse. But we are in the basement, so
that's right.
That's how that works.
That's how that works.
This is our house in Australia, so I mean everything is
upside down.
Right, exactly. That's just how this works. Let's see. So moving right along, actually at that kind of a high speed, there has been a great decision to sell Naughty Dog to Sony. And of course, this does mean that great Sony, they have contacted a wonderful adoption agency, and we hope that Naughty Dog will have plenty of free open pastures to run in, and our best goes out to Sony.
Is that a sequel to Nintendo Dogs or Nintedogs?
It's possibly a sequel to Nintedogs. It didn't really take off as well in the Americas, just because we like it when our dogs are good. And Naughty Dog was just not very welcomed. But we hope that Sony will provide some big yards and plenty of chew toys for Naughty Dog. And
hope they also get a lot of money.
They will seek
to fund their therapy that they're going to need.
This is quite possible. It's quite possible indeed. Let's see. Next here on the list, we have Serious Sam VR. I'm just gonna let that one hang there for a second. Serious Sam in VR.
In VR. What kind of VR here? Is
it's
it very real, sort of real, mostly real, or gym real?
Well, see, I'm reading here, actually. This appears to be, according to this article, it's using a new hyper-real technology.
Where
you actually... Yeah, according to this, you actually have to hire a guy who comes into your house, and he holds buckets of real human blood. And every time that you take damage in-game, he throws these buckets on you while you're still wearing the headset, and covers you in real human blood, so that you get the ultimate immersive experience of Serious Sam VR.
Is this a new feature that's been added to Oculus?
This is part of the Oculus Thrift edition. So this is quite the hiring opportunity. Jim, if I'm not mistaken, you did throw in an application for this job to be an official Serious Sam VR blood thrower, did you not?
I mean, denied me very quickly.
Oh, that's a darn
They did.
shame. What,
Since I'm a hobo.
Are you secretly a vampire? Is that why they declined you? Did they think you were gonna steal the blood?
I mean, they do say the blood fetches a pretty high price in the market these days.
He's trying to steal our blood.
Oh man, it's let's see here. I thought I had a piece of vampire-related news in here. Oh yes, here we are. Speaking of things that go bump in the night, the game known as Vampyr, that's Vampyr, Darkness Within, and has its trailer come out. And of course, everyone knows this is the broody teenage romance game that involves a boy who thinks he's a vampire when in fact he is not. He's just insane.
That's always good. I always like that
Yeah.
kind of guy. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes it's just good enough to tickle your fancies.
It is quite the situation. Now, Jim, if I'm not mistaken, you had a cousin actually who was like that once. It says here in the bio sheet that they gave me from the hospital, I mean rental agency, that you yourself you have some family that has experienced some vampirism and teenage broodiness.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, of course, they did tell me here. The nice people from the emergency room did tell me there would be some memory loss associated with the head injury. But we won't think about that one too much here as we move right along to Bully.
Where am I anyway?
Well, let's not ask too many questions, Jim.
Just look forward
Am I-
into the
am I-
blinky thing, and you won't remember anything.
Am I still getting paid with food?
Blink.
I'm pretty sure I was told I was gonna get a ham.
Blink.
Meanwhile,
I'm not sure what
carrying
you're
on,
talking about, Jim.
So Minecraft now has a Fallout edition,
Whoa!
and of course,
you
as we all
can-
know, everything the light touches has at one point become a Minecraft mod, and now you can totally relive those wonderful fears you have of chilling on the wasteland with your buddies and your dog.
So you're telling
Thanks
me
to Minecraft the Fallout edition.
someone nuked Minecraft?
I believe that is indeed what that is. That is coming along to say.
It's nothing sacred. Just have to go-
It would appear as though, according to, let's see, I'm reading the video description right now. It says, and I quote, "No, nothing is sacred at all.
Can't believe this. Even Minecraft isn't safe.
It is not safe from the deep nuclear trenches of Fallout." Jim, your response.
I want my ham.
Profound.
Deeply
Even
profound.
in the Fallout universe, he wants his ham.
I am moved. I'm genuinely moved by this.
Tune in at 11 for more details on Jim's
Oh,
ham.
man. Yep. We'll indeed have more of the case of Jim's ham. I understand how well goes your driving skills there.
Oh, my driving skills do well right here. They do very well.
You like a do a
I
driving?
like my driving skills.
Do you like a do a the cha cha as well?
My cha-cha is cha-cha-ing.
Do you cha cha like a sissy girl?
I do not. That's
Oh.
Jim. Remember,
Oh, I
he's
see.
the Dance Dance Revolution champion of 2017.
See, I keep forgetting these things. I think we've got time for just a couple more bits of news. Wouldn't you agree there, Andrew?
I would definitely agree. Most important bit of news here. If you are interested in backing the GoFundMe campaign on getting Jim a ham, make sure you click that link below.
Yes, of course, we will indeed be promoting Jim's great reuniting with his long lost ham. Speaking of food-based games, here I've got Fresco, the wonderful game based off of a fresh dairy dessert.
I thought that was a
straight
soda.
out of Italy.
Isn't that a soda? Or was that Fresca?
Pos? I think you're thinking of Fresca.
Yeah,
Fresco,
okay.
yeah, Fresco, I believe, refers to some sort of dairy cottage cream thing.
That sounds disgusting. I think
Indeed it
one
is.
based
That's
on a
why-
soda would be way better.
I believe that's why this is categorized as a horror game.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's a horrible thing to find out.
Once again, this will be using Oculus's hyper-real technology, wherein you will hire a man who will come to your house with a bucket full of cottage cheese. And he will just spoon feed you cottage cheese. No VR headset required, actually. This is a very low-tech game. But this man will come to your house and spoon feed you cottage cheese until you vomit. Then you win.
What if you don't like cottage cheese?
Then this game is definitely not for you.
Okay. Just to be clear.
Yes.
How much does that game cost?
Yes, of course. Well, it appears as though your first session, because you do have to hire a person by the hour, it's $9.99 per pound of cottage cheese. So I mean, if you just want some cottage cheese delivered to your house, it's a great deal on cottage cheese. And it will be $7.99 every bit thereafter.
How many bits are in an hour?
It depends on how much cottage cheese you can consume.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep. And
can the man with the cottage cheese also go shopping for me?
I believe that is extra. There's no word here on whether or not he would, but if he was nice enough, he probably would if you asked him. If you asked him to.
Okay.
Yes. And of course, the last bit on this terribly explosive episode of the American Truck Podcast, No Man's Sky.
Yes, No Man's Sky.
And with that bombshell, I do believe it is time to end. Iron G, you want to take us out of here?
Well, yes, if you enjoyed this episode of the American Truck Podcast, you make sure you hit that like button down below. Perhaps also hit the subscribe button where you get more videos like this every day. And maybe also leave a comment down below, and we will see you in the next one.
I'm still stuck down here.